What's up everybody and welcome to a brand new episode of the Game of the Week show. I'm your host Matt Southwell and joining me this week, for the first time in a long time, Dan Gilbert and Ashley Dye.
It's
been too long. It's been a month.
It has
been a month, a long month, a very sad month for me. You know, I love having multiple people to enjoy my knowledge rather than just one of you.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm saying.
No.
It's early. I had like 4 hours sleep, so just ignore me for most of the day. We're almost at our 1 year anniversary as well, which is quite interesting. Next week is our 1 year show. Do you realise that?
No, I didn't realise that.
Yeah, this is episode number 49.
Wow.
And we missed 2 for Christmas, so therefore 50 must be the year. So we'll have to do something next week for all our viewers, maybe a giveaway. But we'll save the question to the end to make sure that they're watching all the way through.
I think so.
Yeah. What's anything that's going to win?
We'll do a quiz.
We'll do a quiz, but we won't say when the question is, so they have to watch it all to find out. Smart incentive. But then we'll get no comments and no one will win the game. But oh well. Anyway, for this week, if you're new to the show, this is a weekly show that the three of us do. Every Monday we get together to talk about the latest news topics in the video game industry. We'll also then go through the game releases for that week before each picking our favourite game of the week. So we'll start with some news and some happy news, some free games. Everyone loves free stuff, even though technically it's not free because you kind of pay. But I think they're free.
I can last as free.
Yeah. So Games with Gold and PlayStation Plus have been announced for June. We'll start on probably the better games on the PlayStation side. On the PS4, we've got Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zero. This is the short kind of almost prequel to Phantom Pain, which is coming this year. Everyone knows what Metal Gear is, but it's basically set shortly after Peace Walker in terms of like the timeline of this long-standing complex story that no one really understands.
True.
But that's there, which is really good. And also on the PS4, we've got Skulls of Shogun, which is a turn-based strategy where you build an army of undead samurais. So on the PS4 front, guys, either of those appeal to you?
I think Metal Gear Solid, definitely. I think it's a good time to bring it out ahead of the new game. And I'm a big Metal Gear Solid fan, so yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I'm happy with that as well, because Dan, you probably remember a lot of people weren't happy about having to pay for effectively a demo.
Yeah.
So to now give it away like this obviously will help encourage a lot of people to maybe, not just people who haven't played it, but people that haven't played Metal Gear Solid full stop. It might.
Myself for one.
Yeah.
Well, no, because you remember you were going to play all 4 of them before September. That's what we agreed on the show. I think that was pretty much a blood contract, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. I'm about to go down the Witcher hole.
Well, so am I. I was literally thinking that walking home yesterday because I was like, yes, the whole summer I've got The Witcher to play now. I was like, shit, I was going to play all of the Metal Gear games. I played one, but I don't know.
On top of all the Halo games.
Shit, yeah. And Batman.
Batman's coming soon. Anyway, digress.
We do digress. It's fine, I just won't go out this summer.
Okay, that's fine.
So on the Vita, we have Super Exploding Zoo, which is one of the best names for the game I've ever had.
It's nearly as good as Tennis in the Face.
Tennis in the Face, and what was that one the other week? I can't remember now. The Soup Kitchen one. What was that called?
Yeah.
Anyway,
I saw.
Stumbling all over ourselves. I can't remember what it was called now. That's really annoying.
Doesn't matter.
But anyway, it was so good that none of us remember it.
Yeah, that's how good the title was.
That's how good
Catchy.
it was. So yeah, we've got Super Exploding Zoo, which is basically a tower defense game where you use zoo animals to protect your unhatched babies, the eggs, from aliens, and you protect them by exploding yourself. Makes sense? Also a PS4 game, if you're interested, it's cross-buy. And also so is Future Iridium, which is Vita PS4, and it is exactly as the name sounds. It's a very futuristic game. It's a shuttle shooter, kind of going through worlds. Electronic soundtrack, that all kind of like laser. Very as much as you would expect a game called Future Iridium to be.
Yeah.
Either of those appeal to you?
No.
Not even exploding animals?
Nah.
I'm not a tower defense guy personally. Maybe on the PS3 with had some good titles recently for the old generation, and it continues to some extent here. We've got Call of Juarez Gunslinger, which is a first-person shooter set in the Wild West, very gory, kind of. You've got the bullet time as well. Similar sort of premise on that basis to maybe a Red Dead Redemption, but obviously, I think it's maybe inspired from Red Dead Revolver. It's more kind of not as open world, more story driven and stuff, but looks quite cool. And Cloudberry Kingdom, which is a 2D platformer which looks really, really hard with those insane worlds and enemies everywhere. So if you like those games where you get to die a lot, then this is the game for you.
Not for me then.
Even it's one like Cloudberry Kingdom works very well as like a couch game where you've got multiple people at once.
Yeah.
And you're just there having a laugh.
Yeah.
Maybe it could be a game of, for us to play at some point in the future.
Challenge.
If we ever get to it.
If we ever get round to actually finishing.
They don't know what we're talking about,
No,
but it's
they
fine.
Okay.
But yeah, so that does look, it looks quite cool.
Yeah, Call of Juarez I like. I mean, it reminds me a little bit as well of, not Mafia. I've forgotten the name.
Oh yeah, that one.
Was it Mafia? No, it wasn't Mafia.
I don't know.
I
I don't know what you're talking about.
Doesn't matter.
The only Western I can think of is...
No, not Western. I mean, like the bullet time thing with... I don't know.
Max Payne?
Max Payne, thank you. Yeah, Max Payne. So it reminds me a little bit like
Matrix.
in terms of the Matrix.
Everyone since the 1999 that has used bullet time. It's quite a common thing now, but it is a cool feature that I like.
I do like it.
And it's obviously good for all of these people now who are still on the old generation. You're getting good games to play on a
it's nice that they've not
frequent
been
basis.
forgotten.
No. Well, maybe. Anyway, we'll move over to the Xbox One. Not quite as good as the PlayStation, unfortunately. We've got Massive Chalice, which definitely sounds like an innuendo of some sort.
That's my nickname, isn't it?
You're living in a fantasy world. Just like this game. Tactical strategy in fantasy world. I think we all agree, probably not really having a look at it. Not necessarily a game for us, but it's free, so maybe download it and check it out. And also on the Xbox One, we have Pool Nation FX for the third fucking month in a row. Obviously, people are not downloading it, even for free. People are not downloading it.
Well, do they really think people will take this game seriously? It's ridiculous.
You angry?
I am very angry. You know, I pay money for this subscription to have this. To you look at PlayStation and you get different games every month. You get a couple of half decent games and sometimes very good games. And to give you Pool FX, and it's not even a game. It's ridiculous.
It's a pool billiards simulator extraordinaire, is what it is. Cool. No, I agree. I agree. It's like I don't necessarily have a problem with them giving Pool Nation once, but not 3 months in a row.
No.
I mean, it just shows how far behind they are. PlayStation Plus still. There was a time where they looked like they were starting to catch up.
Yeah.
I think they do suffer from the fact that simply their library is just not as big as the PlayStation. But that's not really an excuse. We've seen a lot of kind of either Xbox games come out over the last few weeks, and we've talked about them on the show. Like that one last week, this Spy Chameleon looked like quite a cool game, and we've talked about like Escapists and Roundabout, which we'll get to again later. Like they've all come out on the Xbox.
Yeah.
There's games there.
There's
games there. So, bit disappointing.
As we'll see now, the games which I found for several months in a row have been better on the 360 than they have been on the Xbox
360,
One.
credit where credit's due on Microsoft's side. The 360 games have been awesome for the last few weeks. Or last few months now. We've had, we've had Gears of War, Formula 1, Bioshock. I can't remember all of them, but they've been really, really good.
Yeah.
And this month again, we've got Just Cause 2 for the first half of the month, and Thief, the new 2014 reboot of Thief, for the second half of the month. Both good games.
Top quality games.
Yeah.
Both of them.
Gonna buy a 360 for them?
No.
Gonna buy an Xbox One for Pool Nation FX.
Yeah.
So there you go, there's all your free games. If you make sure you download them because they are free. There's no reason to not do it. All it takes is your time.
Yeah, and if you don't have a PlayStation Plus membership, you should.
Yeah, and also remember to download the May ones as well because they're, well, if you're on Xbox, you're too late because you're watching this on the 1st of June. But if you're PlayStation, I believe they change on normally the Tuesday or Wednesday.
So you think I saw the third,
the Wednesday. So you go pause the video, download them now, then come back and carry on watching it.
So I need to go and do the months.
Yeah, there were some good games there,
Yeah,
like Guacamelee and Hokum.
Hokum, that's the one.
Yeah, there were some good games there.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll move on now to the news. Staying with PlayStation, praising them a little bit more.
Obviously.
Anyone would think that we're all PlayStation fans here. But the release date has been revealed for their upcoming horror game Until Dawn. We now know that we're getting this on August 25th in America, which I might add is a fantastic day to release a video game. Probably the best day of the year.
You're not biased at all, are you?
No, it's just a great day.
It's not the day like idiots are born.
Could be.
Don't know. I only know awesome people that are born on that day. And August 28th in the UK. So if anyone has remember this game, we saw it at PlayStation Experience, and it's a narrative-driven horror game. Basically, you kind of make choices similar to like the Telltale games and stuff like that, and your choices will directly affect these 8 friends and whether or not they live, die, or whatever, because they're being hunted down by some evil force.
Seeing a lot more games like this, aren't we? Where decision making is involved. I mean, certainly with Telltale, they're really in the forefront at the moment of games with a lot of different. They had the Game of Thrones. They had
Borderlands.
Yeah. So seeing quite a few games, and this sort of I think is probably going to get quite a good response on the back of those Telltale.
They're really good. It does obviously place a strong emphasis on the story having to be, because you're there for the story. You're not there for the gameplay.
Yeah, you're not fighting.
But yeah, you're not shooting.
Yeah.
Or you might press a prompt to shoot. There's a bit of shooting in Walking Dead, but I don't play Walking Dead for the shooting mechanics.
Yeah.
So, but touch on wood. Most of the stories I've played in these types of games have been really good. So, I'm excited for it. Let's put it that way. I don't know if you guys are. I know Dan, there's probably two types of game that's not necessarily up your street.
Yeah.
One
story-driven
story. Yeah.
It's like your dream combo, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you don't have to buy it. You can just buy it for me for my birthday. All right. And while we're on PlayStation, I suppose we should very briefly just touch on some Uncharted 4 news. It would be rude not to. We already knew it was coming spring 2016, but now Sony's or PlayStation's president has hinted that the game will be coming out before the end of their 2015 fiscal year, which is basically prior to March 31st. So, if it's spring, but also prior to March 31st, that gives quite a small window. Because I think spring starts...
Later half of March, basically.
Yeah, doesn't spring start like March 21st?
Well,
Something like that, yeah.
So it's like a 2-week period. So, happy?
Oh, yeah.
Anything
Uncharted related, I'm generally quite happy.
Unless it's cancelled.
Then I'm not so happy. But, yeah.
No. But when we said spring, we always thought maybe like April. So the year it might be March is...
It's less than a year.
Like
that.
Yes, it is.
So, we'll be here soon enough.
God, yeah, it is actually almost still 10 months away.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It'll be here before you know it.
Oh, I know. I'll still be playing The Witcher 3 by then, probably. We'll move on then. We'll move away from PlayStation for a bit for some Xbox news that broke just before the weekend. Quite interesting rumours here. The latest twist in the Silent Hill saga. We've talked about Silent Hills and Konami quite extensively over the last month or so.
Yeah.
And now apparently, according to an anonymous source that has spoken to Rooster Teeth, Microsoft are in talks with Konami to purchase Silent Hills. Now, apparently, according to the source, the game is 80% complete, could be out as early as March 2016, and Microsoft are trying to purchase this for billions of dollars in time for it to announce it at E3.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm very sceptical of this based on the details. I was wondering what you guys thought. It's an interesting story, but it's just not really a believable story.
Well, I always thought that Silent Hills would not go away. I thought it's too big of too big of a franchise.
Well done.
Yeah,
You can speak.
I got there. To just let it go to waste. I think it's got a lot of support and it's been around for a long time. And I think there was a lot of hype for the new game, and I fully expected somebody else to look to buy the rights for the game.
I want to say, I don't know whether it's on camera or just a conversation I had with you, but I feel like I mentioned it at some point that there was a chance that either Microsoft or Sony would have jumped on the chance.
Yeah.
If these sort of things were being sold off to pick it up as an exclusive.
Yeah, I mean, like,
It makes sense.
it does make sense. I remember I don't know if this was on camera or not. We do talk sometimes off camera as well.
We do. It's all a blur.
Every now and then.
We need to stop it. So
We
that's
need to
always
stop
our
it, so it's
idea.
always. But there was an interview a while back. I think it was when the Tomb Raider announcement was made.
Yeah.
That Phil Spencer talked about that they were always looking for gaps in their first party library.
Yeah.
And we did talk. Horror was one of those.
Yeah.
When Microsoft said that they were announcing a new IP at E3,
Yeah.
we thought horror game maybe or something like that, because that is something that they miss. So they do need a horror game, but they don't need Silent Hills for billions of dollars.
No.
It is Silent Hills has not been, or Silent Hill, whatever you want to call it, as a IP has not been relevant really for a while. Was it PS1 where it was really kind of famous?
Yeah, and then of course you had the film on the back of that, and there was
It's
it was big at a time, and it's not so
but
big
you're
now.
talking at least 10 years ago. It was
Oh yeah,
relevant.
yeah. It's been around a long time, and potentially it has. I think it's got the foundations to potentially be a very good big game again. I think it's similar to. I mean, Resident Evil's not as big now as it perhaps was. There are a lot of games like that just sort of go through peaks and troughs of being very good, and it's all about, I think, the love and attention that they're given by the developers and by the studios to make those games as good as they can be, to get them back in the limelight, back in the forefront of people's shelves and in consoles.
Yeah, we saw just a couple of years ago how successful Tomb Raider was. If
Yeah.
you do a successful relaunch, you can
Yeah.
bring a franchise back, not from the dead, but out of the old closet, as it were, and it could be a successful game. But when I say to you guys that Microsoft bought Minecraft for $2.5 billion, it's like, well, Minecraft is a different league. Minecraft is like this huge animal. It's the highest selling game almost of all time.
It's not slowing down anytime
And it's
soon.
not slowing down. No. So to say that Silent Hills is in the same league as Minecraft is just stupid.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. In my mind, I'm thinking like a couple of $100 million for Silent Hills at most.
Yeah, I think some of that could just be smokescreen.
But the rights for Silent Hills, you've got to remember, Silent Hills is more than just a game.
Yeah, it's all the preview. You get all the back catalogue as well.
You do. Whereas with the likes of Minecraft, you don't. It's just a game.
But at the moment, they've got like merchandise and stuff, and
But
it'll
that's the
become
only-
a TV.
that's
It'll
the only-
become a TV.
Oh yeah, it will.
It will.
Kids, yeah. It will.
Oh, the movie will be out at some point.
There will be. Yeah, there will be. It'll be like the Lego movie, won't it? And there'll be another one and another one.
Well, it's not just that as well. I mean, they said that the game was 80% complete.
Yeah.
This is supposed to be a Kojima production. He's still working on Metal Gear, so how could a game be 80% complete if he's been working on Metal Gear?
2 hands.
Well done. It's possible.
I don't know. It's.
I think
it's a bit
it
sketchy.
it would be. It wouldn't be unbelievable move, but the details of it, I think, make it a bit unbelievable.
I'm quite certain this is not the last of hearing of this. So.
Yeah. It could be the fact that someone's just really bad at kind of... He kind of, one of these people, that he knows some truths, but then expands it to make it sound more exciting.
Yeah.
Kind of like a Chinese whisperer.
Yeah.
Like, they are in talks, but then he just throws out nearly complete and billions just to make it sound more, he thinks, exciting. But
Billions could be, it could be billions of yen.
True. No, that's true.
I don't know.
That is a good point.
Which is not a lot of money.
The only way it could be billions is if they're buying all of Konami. Like, their whole game.
Yeah.
And it takes us back to the talks of Kojima and Yeah. So we're just.
I think it's probably a bit more. I mean, like literally from when we're filming, this story broke like 12 hours ago, if not even. So there's probably by the time you're watching this already way more information than
probably
what we're talking about now.
Yeah.
But we will bring you more if there is more to tell. So we've got a new Xbox One controller coming out this month. So are you excited for this? It seems to be a big change. It's basically the same controller, but it looks like they're changing the headphone port on the bottom to be more standard. So Ash, tell us your story.
Right. So when I got my Xbox One, it had the 2.5mm jack, and I was like, right, well the headphones you get are rubbish. So I don't really want this big. I want to be able to use the same. I've got a really nice headset for my PS4, and I thought, well, I want to use up my Xbox as well. But no, you can't. So I thought, I'll get an adapter. So I went on Amazon, got an adapter. No, it has to be an adapter that it was the right size, but it has to be one that can take audio in and out, sort of thing, so you can do the microphone.
Yeah.
So I ordered another one that said it was capable of that, and it wasn't. They lied.
Bastards.
So that was 2 leads I had, and in the end I just gave up, and I just used the standard one now. So I'm glad. That's
You know
good.
Microsoft released an official adapter that you could have bought?
Possibly.
No, definitely.
Okay.
It exists.
We're upset
That's
now.
that's why you never trust those sneaky third bastard communists.
Yeah.
So, Dan, you think, to me, it makes sense, does it not?
Yeah, it does. Like I was reading one of the news stories about it coming out, is they're going to properly show it off at E3, and there's talk that it might also come with like the USB charging kit built into it.
Yeah,
rather than
I
having
was
to
gonna
go
say,
with the
actually,
battery. But that's another thing that a lot of people have asked for. So when I say there's talk, as in that, will it also feature this?
Yeah,
it's
as
really
in,
weird.
are they revamping it to make it more convenient overall?
Yeah.
Or is it
It's weird that
only
it takes
gonna be
batteries.
the
Yeah.
pack?
No, yeah.
Or the
Because when I bought my second one, I bought the one with the play and charge kit, and I don't use batteries. I just use the charger. Batteries are so not cost effective.
No.
I've never. Well, I don't. I'd be light.
There's very little that you use batteries with now. You know, everything is just rechargeable, isn't it?
Yeah.
Cameras, phones, everything's rechargeable.
Well, they've got batteries. It's just
Well,
It's. Yeah. I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
It's
I know
a
what you're
built-in
saying,
pack, isn't it? It's
That poor Duracell bunny living on benefits now.
Yeah.
Struggling to make ends meet. We'll move on to the last topic of our news this week, and good news for all equality fans out there. Women will now be in FIFA 16. The women national teams, 12 all in all, will be making it into the games. First time that you'll have women competitors in a FIFA game. Apparently they've been working on it for a couple of years, but they wanted to make it right. They didn't want to just dump female faces on the male bodies. They actually wanted to do mocap, and they did mocap with the full US national team, which kind of makes sense, because if they'd done it half-assed, it would have been worse. It's like, you're just doing this to try and look good.
Yeah.
Whereas they've actually gone full in, and obviously, like, it makes sense. Like, women's soccer is bigger. Well, MLS is getting bigger now, but you can roll back 5-10 years.
Yeah.
The women's football or soccer in the US was far bigger than the men's game.
Yeah.
So it's good to see. What's not good to see is some of the reaction on the internet from, to put a better word, fucking morons and stuff. Like,
the thing is, though, there are a lot of women that game. There are a lot of women that like to game as well. I know it's seen as a very sort of masculine thing to be gaming, but there are a lot of women that do it, and I'm sure equally there are just as many women that play football. So with the sport becoming more and more, people becoming more aware of women playing football and the women's football leagues and things. It should have been done a long time ago.
Yeah, well, Dan, we were talking just at work yesterday. In between working, of course. Yeah. On a lunch break. It's alright, boss isn't watching, it's fine. But it's like the women's sport is it's really successful, and the quality of it is easily probably just as good. Like, they got things like League 2 and stuff in there, so people can't be like, you see these comments on the internet going, "Oh, women can't play football, and the quality is nowhere near the same. It's a different sport." It's like, well, maybe at the very high end it's like different, but these guys have been playing a lot longer. It's like kind of been inherited into them and stuff. It's like, but the quality is still easy, like kind of like probably like a League One standard or maybe even Championship standard for some of them.
Yeah.
So
it's the same as golf. Golf is seen very much as a male sport, and the women's tour is the women golfers are just okay, they don't hit the ball maybe as far as the men, but in terms of skill, they are just as skillful. Just as skillful. Yeah.
They would definitely beat you. Let's put it that way.
Maybe.
No, definitely.
Okay. On a good day.
If that's you on a good day,
on a good day,
they still beat you.
Yeah, they still beat me.
But no, so that's good news, and we'll see that in FIFA 16. Looking forward to that. We will move on now to the games this week. Not a huge. There's quite a lot of games, but quite a lot of them we've already seen on previous consoles, so almost like re-releases. But we'll go through them here. We'll start with probably the most anticipated game for the week for a lot of people, and that's Badland, the Game of the Year edition for PS4, PS3, Vita, and Xbox One. This was previously an iOS game, but it's a side-scrolling action-adventure game with kind of graphics engine, like making you kind of be able to flip gravity, as it were. Looks very, very pretty. You guys, what were your thoughts on it?
Yeah, well, what we were looking at before, I said to you, my comments with it reminded me a lot of Limbo.
Yeah. Yes.
In terms of the art style and the way you seem to be progressing through the levels and a lot of the obstacles and so on.
Yeah.
It looked very similar to that.
Yeah.
So much so that I actually had to look up to see whether they're just made by the same people and just, but no.
Yeah, no, I thought about it last night, but then I also thought kind of it's got a little bit of visual art kind of like to Ori as well on Blind Forest. Not quite as colourful, it is darker, which I suppose is where the maybe Limbo thing comes from, but they've definitely been inspired by some of these. Well, they weren't been inspired by Ori because this game was, I think, out before Ori originally, but looks very, very pretty. Looks fun, and one that I'm definitely keen to play as well. Cross-buy as well, so probably perfect great on the PS4 on the big screen, but also probably perfect on the Vita as well.
Is it digital only? I suppose it is, isn't it?
Yeah, it will be digital only.
I might have a look. I mean, the one thing I would say is it really just sort of depends on the cost of the game versus the length of the game. I know Limbo was a relatively sort of shortish game. I think I played it in probably 5 hours, something like that.
Yeah.
So,
I'm sure it'll be better too. I'm sure it's going to be like a 10. I don't have the price in front of me, but I'm sure it's like a £10 game or something.
Yeah.
It looks like that kind of maybe £10, £12 sort of thing.
Well, for comparison, Limbo was $7.99.
Yeah, I think so. But worth it, I thought. Yeah.
I got it on sale, so definitely worth it.
Yeah. Well, I did as well, actually.
I got it for free! I don't quite know how, but there's an Xbox One thing. I think it's because I was a day one adapter or something.
Oh, right.
And they gave codes out to some people.
Okay.
So,
good game.
Yeah. Next up, we've got Splatoon for the Wii U. Very, very colourful third-person shooter. Basically, rather than kind of... It's got the basis of a normal shooter, but rather than shooting kind of guns and being all violent, you get to shoot colourful ink or even paint at your enemies. It's got standard deathmatch, but also one of the modes it's like a territory shooter where you basically kind of paint the world in your colour yourself, and the idea is to try and control as much of the level as you can. Looks like a pretty game. Looks like quite a fun game as well.
Yeah, certainly multiplayer-wise, it would be I think a fun game.
I think that's the strong emphasis. It is very much it does have a single-player campaign, but the emphasis will be on multiplayer.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It looks fun, but I don't know whether it's a novelty that would burn off quickly kind of fun, or whether it is one that would last.
Yeah.
I think it's very good for any parents that obviously are very maybe sensitive about kids want to play their shooting games, but they don't want them blood flying everywhere and shooting war scenes and stuff like that. This is perfect because it's basic mechanics of shooting, but it looks very childish. It looks childish in that regard, but I think it looks good. I don't have a Wii U, so I won't be playing it, but...
Which reminds me, I do need to get one.
You do?
I do, so that we can play these Wii U games.
The vast library that we have.
Well,
But no, it looks good. Anyone that has played it, let us know in the comments and let us know if it does play as well as it looks. Moving on, we've got Ultra Street Fighter 4 for the PS4. This is a definitive edition of the PS3 version of the game. It's Street Fighter, it's fighting. What is it with these fighting games that they always seem to have to release multiple editions of them? What was it? Was it Dead for Alive version X Super Ultra High Net? We had last time. It's like they never just release a fighting game once.
Super high def remastered.
Yeah. Extreme.
Extreme, yeah.
Plus. 2. But yeah, Street Fighter, obviously huge community fighting. We've talked about this before. None of us are. We enjoy them, but none of us are fighting experts or even intermediates for that matter.
Yeah, that's true.
So the button bashing.
So what does X do? Alright, yeah, that'll do.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, obviously this is... Street Fighter is the one that all the professionals play and stuff. And the knowledge... I'd say they're probably like the hardest games to master, I would say, a fighting game.
In terms of combos and things, yeah.
Because there's just so many controls to learn.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's out anyway, if you're interested for the PS4. Xbox One, we've got Beach Buggy Racing, which is an off-road car racer.
I like the way you've put, not Mario Kart.
Well, it's not Mario Kart. That's basically, I watched it, I was like, it's a kart racer. If I'm going to play a kart racer, I'm going to play Mario Kart.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have the Wii U, but I still have a GameCube and an N64. Or well, I had an N64 till I realised that I lent it to a friend about 10 years ago and never got it back.
Okay.
So that was upsetting. But yeah, so yeah, that's basically my opinion on this game. I don't know if you guys are any more optimistic on it.
Yeah, I mean, I really know.
I mean, like,
Kart racing, yeah, I suppose Mario's as good as you get, I think. And if you want the sort of less serious kart racing, if you want something a bit more serious, you probably want to go to the more car racing, the more sort of Forza and F1 and things like that.
Yeah. We've also got Little Big Planet kart racer as well.
there's also that. There's also a Sonic and All Stars one. There's so.
There was a
many.
Crash one as well. Crash Team Racing back in the day.
Yeah. They all
Mario Kart.
They all try to be that thing, but like Mario Kart's got it.
They're not going to have bananas, are they, in Beach Buggy Racing? So.
No, they'll have something similar. They can't copyright and all that.
If it's Beach Buggy Racing, they might
Because I'm pretty sure Nintendo own the rights to banana skins.
Bananas.
I suppose Beach Buggy Racing, you might get a syringe on the beach or something, maybe. Slip on an ice cream cone.
I'll say, that's a bit better. Syringe, that's a bit...
What beaches are you going to?
Depends. I suppose which beach you go to.
I literally can safely say
I don't want to name any.
I've never been to a beach that has had syringes on it.
I don't know.
But then again, I've never been to Cancun, so...
That's true.
Yeah. Moving on up, we have Looney Tunes Galactic Sports for the Vita. It's what it sounds. It's a Looney Tunes game in space, mini sports games.
Yeah.
We've got space races, space golf, space boxing. Although I'm pretty sure they're still just racing golf and boxing. They're not any different because they're in space.
Yeah.
But
Space golf would suck because you'd hit the ball and it would just keep going. It's like, how far is this hole? About 900 yards? I'll have to get my putter out.
That's what they did on the moon, eh?
Yeah.
They took the clubs. Oh.
Get some loft on this shot.
It would be cool.
Trap shooting, aquatic sports, and galactic archery. So, I have no real need or desire to get this game personally. It's probably one of those games that kids will like because they like Looney Tunes.
Yeah,
it will sell reasonably well.
If you want a sports game, that's those sort of events. You know, the Olympics games are, they're okay, but they're probably going to be a lot better than that. So
yeah, I love the Olympic games.
Yeah, they're okay.
They're always good fun.
They're okay. It's always nice to do the decathlon or whatever, and you do those 10 events or whatever it is, and you have an amazing first 2-3 events, and then you suck on one of them, and you're just like, right, I can't do that.
Yeah, Chris and I used to play Athens 2004. I remember like once we got in from town one night and it was like 2:30 in the morning, and after we finished our chips we decided it'd be fun to play every single event in the game. Which was I think we finished the last event and like the sun was coming up or something.
Oh,
It was a romantic special evening.
So they are, the Olympic Games are good fun.
They are. So just a few more games here. These have all come out on previous consoles, so I'll race through them and then ask you guys. We've got Rogue Legacy, now on Xbox One, previously PlayStation. Platformer, super hard, One Life. We've got the Escapists, which is a 2D prison simulator, which was previously Xbox One, now PS4. You have to basically escape from prison. I remember Ash saying that he wasn't a fan of this initially.
No.
Because he was being a graphics whore.
Yeah.
So
It was...
this one you're gonna. I remember you saying you were interested in it, Dan. So I think maybe now PlayStation might check it out.
Possibly. It's one of those where the idea intrigued me a lot more than I think the actual time that it will take to really enjoy the game.
I think it sounds fun.
Because like looking at it, it seems like you got to put in a lot of work to really
It's not
get the most
easy.
out of it.
Yeah, it's not an easy game. I think it will. See, like games like this now they're on PlayStation 4. You kind of expect them to come to PS Plus eventually.
Yeah.
So we talked about it at the top, and we got Roundabout as well now come to PS4.
Yeah.
Which Ash looks happy about.
Yeah, I like the concept of Roundabout. It's just, there's nothing else like it really. I mean, in terms of the motion of the car.
Well, it's Crazy Taxi, but with a broken controller.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, it is, yeah.
Yeah, so like you're driving, anyone that isn't aware, it's a limo kind of game where you collect various people to take to various events. But yeah, your car can only go round in circles. Hence the name Roundabout. So, haven't played it. It looks kind of weird, but like you said, quite entertaining.
Yeah, I can imagine it'd be funny as sort of... Is this a bit like the next game, Octodad, where you can have two people controlling or not?
Yeah, well, Octodad is the last game for already PS4, now coming to Vita.
Yeah.
This is like you're an octopus, but everyone thinks he's a human.
We need to finish that game.
We need to basically start it. Me and Dan did a 20-minute Let's Play of it. It is fun. It's one of these stupid games that the joke is that it controls badly.
Yeah.
That is the joke.
Yeah.
It is fun. I don't quite know how it will necessarily work on the Vita because you use the 4 shoulder buttons and the Vita only has 2.
Yeah.
Maybe you get to use some of the touchscreen or something. I don't know. I don't know how well it will transpire to the Vita, but we shall see. And just very, very quickly, I should announce if you own the Master Chief Collection and you have played it, make sure you check your inboxes because Halo ODST is now becoming available to those people that are eligible to it. You should have a code in your messages if you qualify. I believe you had to have played it before Christmas, was it, or before the end of November? It was something of playing it in a certain time. I can't remember. I should have looked it up.
Yeah. But
it was to do because it broke. So as a sorry, you got Halo ODST for free. So I don't know.
For anyone who's struggling to get through all 4 Halos, you now have a 5th.
Yeah. Yeah. So there we go, guys. A few games that we've already seen before, a couple of new ones. What is everyone's pick of the week? Ash, should we go first?
I think it's got to be Badlands, purely because I think I actually will buy this game. I think it's got a lot of similarities to Limbo, and I loved Limbo.
Yeah.
And I think I'll really enjoy it.
Good choice.
Yeah, I'm just the same. As in, like, it reminds me of Limbo, so I'm hoping to get the same kind of gameplay out of Badland, to be honest.
Yeah, I think it's a unanimous decision this week.
Yeah.
I mean, I love Rogue Legacy, and Octodad's good fun, but I've already played those games, so if it was me picking a game for this week, I would pick a new game. And I think Badland is the best of the bunch. I mean, Splatoon looks okay, but I think I'm with you of it would be more fun for like an hour.
Yeah.
Whereas Badland, I think I'll enjoy the whole beginning to start to finish.
Yeah, you would.
So yeah. Okay. So that's it for this week, guys. Thank you for joining me, and
Return of the trio.
Prepare to be excited for next week's big 1-year anniversary. I'm sure it will be radically different to this. We'll get like a candle or something.
We'll
do something. We have a week to decide what we're going to do. Maybe it'll be different by the fact that we'll actually all be here for 2 weeks in a row.
We might change seats.
No. You guys can change seats. You're not getting me out of my seats. But yeah, everyone, thank you very much for watching. As always, if you have any comments about the news we've talked about this week or the games, leave them in the comments down below and we will respond to you. But for now, guys, thank you as always. Everyone out there, thank you, and we will see you next Monday.